everyone, and welcome to an Apple a Day. This is your host, Apple here. Hope you all are doing well. We're going to go ahead and get started by jumping into our 5-minute meditation. I'm still a little bit sick, so I apologize if my voice is still, different, but I will be clearing my throat a little bit. So, I'm starting. I can be nervous, yet still act with courage. My body and mind feel relaxed. I allow my body and mind to relax. I am prosperous. I am relaxed, refreshed, and healthy. I let go of unhelpful emotions. I love myself unconditionally, no matter how I feel. I feel my stress melting away. I forget about the past and live in the present. My breath is calm and relaxed. I surrender the things I can't control. I let the past remain in the past. I focus on what is truly essential. I am safe. I trust the process of life to bring me only good. I am a strong person. I am mentally strong and stable. I choose to release negative feelings and thoughts about myself. I can handle this temporary discomfort. I am feeling the calmness running through my veins. I ride out the hard times and into better days. I choose happiness every morning. I am scared sometimes, but excited for the journey ahead. I am calm. I am relaxed. I allow peaceful and healing white light to flow through my body now. I am powerful and in control of my reality. I free my mind from negative thoughts. I let go of things that stress me out. Stress is leaving my body as I affirm this. I am in charge of my breathing. The anxious thoughts are leaving my body. I am awesome. I am fully capable of controlling my thoughts. Calmness washes over me. I release negative thoughts of myself. I am free to change course without obsessing over it. I surround myself with friends who love and support me. I am feeling calm and at peace. I am taking control of my own mind. I am mastering inner peace. I feel free from stress and anxiety. My potential to succeed is infinite. I forgive myself for my past mistakes and regrets. I catch glimmers of relief and peace. Challenges are opportunities to learn and grow. I am cool, calm, and collected. I am good enough to accomplish whatever I set my mind to. Feeling relaxed is my normal state. My body is at peace. I am in complete control of my every thought. Challenges bring opportunities. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel better when I remain productive. I let go of fear and embrace love. I am always calm. Anxiety is evaporating from my body and mind. Okay, so that was our 5-minute meditation. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the episode topic. Hello, so we're going to go ahead and get right into our episode topic. So this week our topic is the question, or more of a prompt, and that is, what are some ways that my anxiety has helped me achieve things? Okay, so for me, my anxiety kind of functions like an alarm clock. It's, kind of a thing that's, constant nagging in the back of my head, telling me to do something or be on top of something. So it's often like that. So specifically, right, my anxiety's helped me like stay on top of, things that I need to do in terms of like routines and responsibilities. So like chores, studying, getting up to go to work and stuff like that. Anxiety of being late, anxiety of being fired, anxiety of being, failing, are all kind of things that tie into how it's helped. For me, being anxious or afraid to fail, has helped me look for a better way to prepare for what is to come. So, for me, I'm really into like organization stuff, and like read stuff, and like I like to be prepared for things. So with that, right, it's like it really helps me to put myself in the mindset of like, okay, these are things that you like to do, and here's actually how they can help you, not be actually, afraid about something happening or anxious about something happening or nervous about it kind of thing. For example, I mentioned last week that I had my pharmacy interview coming up, and I wasn't nervous about it. Obviously, you're nervous about, meeting new people and like, this is part of your future kind of thing. It is an interview where you're being judged, but one of the main things they've, said is like it's basically just a conversation. They want to get to know you as a person, and how you're going to fit into being a candidate for, being in their school. And that's the same for like all med schools and stuff like that. They want to get to know who you are as a person. So I wasn't nervous about that in a sense. And the reason why that's is because I had a conversation with my friend, like right before I started getting ready, and like we were just talking about any and everything. So like I was already in the mood of like being up and like ready to talk, being open to like sharing ideas and sharing experiences and why I feel like I would be a good fit for the school and stuff like that. So like doing exercise, even if it's not directly related to it, does help. And for me, it helped. I didn't, tell them that, I was preparing for my interview or anything. I said like, I had my interview coming up, but I didn't tell them like, the day, like today I was gonna do it, or today is Friday, but it would have been Thursday that I had my interview. I didn't tell them, my interview's in a couple hours kind of thing, help me prepare or anything like that. I just kind of, I kind of just chilled, watched and play video games. I kind of like just chilled and slept, and then got ready and stuff. But like being able to be in the mindset of where like I'm already, comfortable with somebody else, just talking about anything. And then
being able to transition that and, still be open and be available to just talk in general about whatever they were wanting. It really helped me, and it was in a very indirect way, and it wasn't something that was like planned for me to do. I didn't plan to like have the conversation with him to like prepare me. It just so happened that it did help, you know. And I wasn't as nervous about that talking in the interview process in general. Um, it wasn't until I got in there that I was nervous about like not necessarily how I was answering questions, but like it kind of felt like I had an like I was feeling like imposter syndrome because I'm answering questions or I'm like problem solving and like these are things that I'm good at, but it also feels like I shouldn't be saying so much. I should be quiet. I should be, not as, I don't know, coming off not as confident or not as bubbly, I guess. Um it felt very very weird, and like feeling having that feeling of like imposter syndrome in that situation was the only thing that was actually making me nervous um, about stuff. Like I didn't, say anything weird or whatever during my interviews, but internally I did feel nervous because I kind of felt like it's not an overqualification. It's just like I feel like I'm answering questions and I feel like they're not really expecting me to know, not necessarily not know the answers, but like how I'm processing things is something I've been more sensitive to lately because I realize that I think a lot different in terms of how I process information, and that makes me a little bit insecure in terms of like how people understand me and how I have to take an extra step for people to understand me because I think differently, I process differently, and understand things like what I see in terms of like in something is a little bit different than uh, other people see. Um, so in terms of that did make me a little bit not super uncomfortable. I mean, I was a little hungry, so that maybe that could have played into it. But uh, yeah, imposter syndrome is probably something we should talk about sometime on this. But definitely, I was feeling anxious about that. Uh, Anxious about feeling confident going into it because um I didn't like go and like watch like reviews or YouTube videos or anything like that to prepare for it. I was in pre-med during my biology, um, my bachelor's degree, and like being in pre-med, they do tell you about how to do interviews and stuff like that. So I'm well versed in like how they do like interviews and mock interviews and stuff like that. Um, I was in pre-med club back then as well, so we got exposed to that, or I got exposed to that. So it's not something like I didn't know what to expect. It's just like there wasn't really a reason for me to be freaking out because I felt like I feel like I'm at the point that my record kind of speaks for itself. But even like feeling that, I still kind of felt out of place, like I shouldn't be answering all the questions because if I don't know, I just feel like I came off as, I don't know, I feel like I came off as like a leader, but at the same time, it's just like I don't know if it's something that I would say I would feel confident in, like them saying, yeah, you'd be accepting kind of thing. Because I have no idea. Uh, I kind of feel like it's like 50-50, to be honest. Um, They could be like, yeah, she's very, adamant, she's, problem solving and stuff like that. You can see that in everything that she's doing, kind of thing. Or they could just be like, you talk too much, like, because I was talking. From when they answered my question, I used the time to talk, and they had a little bit more time left after I answered the question, so we just talked about whatever else until we had to move to the next interview. So that was definitely an experience. I had my second and last interview next week, so I'm looking forward to that one as well. And fingers crossed I get accepted in both, and I can just choose which one I want to go to. Anxiety has also helped me achieve things, like it keeps me on my toes, right? So I recently graduated, and I've been basically chilling until pharmacy school kind of thing. I've been doing stuff, but I've been not been in school and not been like working like in person anymore. So it's a more chill atmosphere for me. And like the first month after school ended, I was getting so anxious because I'm like, I don't have like my routine. I'm kind of just sleeping and like reading for the most part. And like I felt like so out of place. Like I felt like I was going crazy because I'm like, I should be doing way more than I'm doing. I feel like I'm not doing anything productive, and I feel like I'm not really utilizing the time that I have that is free during the summer. Like I feel like I'm wasting my days kind of thing. So like I was feeling really, really anxious, not doing anything. So, what do? You find things to do. I took up another class. It's, work at your own pace kind of thing. Coursera. I still have a bunch of stuff on Udemy that I could do for art. I still, getting exercise, doing other things um, that I'm interested in, talking to people, like my friends and stuff, just spending time with them, uh, and stuff like that. Anxiety really does keep me on my toes, like quite a bit. Um, for me, especially, I'm the type of person I really like to plan stuff. I'm organized. Like when I find out stuff, I'd be just planning. But I think one of the good parts about how my brain works and how I process things, how I think about things, I'll plan something, but I plan like so many different like ways that something can go, or at least I don't want to say plan. Like I'll have like one distinct plan kind of thing, and it's like if something goes awry kind of thing, uh, I'm more prepared for like different outcomes or things going not exactly how I think they would go. Um, so like for me, that's like having flexibility, and I think that's a really important trait to have, um, both in like the workplace and your personal life for sure. Um, Flexibility is definitely a soft skill and a hard skill. I feel like that people should take more advantage to learn. Um, and with that, like patience and stuff like that, because it's just a virtue. Uh, is a gift, not a virtue. Excuse me. And sometimes it takes time to actually, get things to be the way that you want them, especially in life. Uh, and when it's stuff like that, when it takes you time to get things to where you want, you do have to be flexible. You have to be willing to like wait to get it or if it's not exactly in the way that you want to say, you still have the same goal, but the areas that you thought you were going to be using as avenues to get there are now blocked off. You can't use them, so now you got to take the back roads, and you got to be willing to take the back roads sometimes in life. I think one of the most important things my anxiety allows me to do, or helps me with, is it allows me to really take a breath and just analyze things slower and more in depth. Because if I'm afraid to fail, or if I'm afraid of something going wrong, I'm more in tune to like figuring out what ways it could go wrong and preparing for all those ways that it could go wrong, like having multiple fail safes should a problem arise, and with that I'm able to think about something more in depth. I think about it more, so I become less afraid of it in general, because a lot of times what I found out is that when I do those types of things, when I overanalyze and I think about stuff in that way, I realize that there's a lot of things that I can't really control. And if it's something that I can't control, I can't really be too upset about it. Um, I don't have the power to make things go my way all the time. So for me, um, it's also like a grounding thing sometimes, because I control what I can control, and I I'm more happy with things going that way than if they went like any other way, kind of thing. I don't think there's anything else in terms of like specific examples that I have. I guess in like terms of like chores and stuff, like I know that if it's something that like I know I need to do, the sooner I do it, like the more time I'll have to do other things that I actually want to do, kind of thing. So like, for example, if I need to do the dishes, like if I do dishes like when I wake up, or like after I get breakfast or something, then like I don't have to worry about doing it later in the day. I can have that time freed up to do whatever. Or if it's like a studying kind of thing, if I'm anxious for not passing a test or not studying for an exam that I feel like maybe I haven't studied enough for, or maybe I feel like I did study enough for, but I still feel a little bit anxious about it. I do various things to like test my understanding of the material that I have learned, and I make sure that with that, I don't overwork myself, because sometimes if you overwork yourself with like studying, for example, then you do tend to forget things if you like boggle it in your brain too much. So sometimes like I'll know my feeling when I have gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I've studied enough. I don't need to study anymore. I don't need to look at things anymore. Specifically for me, it's something I read a while back, but it's also something like I figured out for myself, like, and then like I figured out for my like I was doing it, and then I was doing one thing, and then I switched to doing that thing, and then I also read about that thing, and I was like, oh well, yeah, for sure, I do see the difference. And that thing is, when it comes to studying, like, I used to study until like right before the exam, and I realize in some cases that's not good, because I tend to forget a lot of stuff that like I've been doing like long term, it's like only the stuff that's in the forefront. And for some things, it's okay. Like for things that you know, like they were a lot harder for you to grasp. If it's gonna be on the test, you can kind of like skim through the test and like attack those questions first. Not necessarily dump the information, but like you don't have to stress about the information as much. And then you can just worry about the other things that you've studied a lot on, or for example, in terms of like things that I understood the concept more, it's more so like if I understood the concept and I'm able to explain myself the concept just by looking at the picture, those are the types of questions that like I hold off and answer a little bit later. And then the ones where it's like you just have to be able to like identify kind of thing, or that were just really hard for me to like grasp in terms of like just studying in general. Those are the ones I answer first, and then the ones I can, explain myself throughout the test while taking it, or reason myself through it during the test while taking it. Those are the ones I answer a little bit later because I can take more time on those ones, and I'm less stressed about those ones because I actually understand the concept through and through. So I mean, I guess that'll be it for this week. I don't have that much to say. It's gonna be the episodes are probably gonna be getting shorter or varying a little bit more because making moves, I guess. you know. So I will leave with 3 good things. So I had a really good interview. I had good lunch, and then as always, I was chilling with my friend and had good convo. So that's 3 good things that happened today. Be sure to leave any ideas, questions you guys may have, or topic ideas for these episodes. Be sure to leave them on the Twitter. It's at an apple a day with 2 Y's. You can also, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I do have the website. It's in the Anchor. And this is available on all platforms that you may listen to, obviously. If you're on Apple, be sure to leave 5 stars if you feel like it's worthy of that. But I'd like to thank you guys so much for listening in. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Yeah, and that's it. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.